Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. When it comes to Elite Bundles, the crew has really spoiled us. They've really knocked it out of the park. With pack 1 they gave us the Bugatti Atlantic Concept. It's so nice. The Lamborghini SC20, one of the coolest looking Lamborghinis in my opinion. In pack 2 we got the Pagani Utopia, which looks insane. The Zenvo TSR-S, the flappy spoiler looks the best. And that thing I discovered is incredible handling. In pack 3 we got the Nissan GTR-50 by Italdesign, which is not just a concept, it was made. They made this thing and it looks so good. Italdesign killed it. The Hyperion XP-1, very futuristic, very awesome, it looks nice, I love that thing. And then with pack 4 we got the Mercedes AMG 1. We have waited for that car in this game for so long. It's an F1 car for the road and it looks insane. I would have to say the interior is the best looking in this game, just gonna say it. And then they gave us a Corvette, which was very strange. Corvette C850. It's a nice car, don't get me wrong, but it's a little strange to put it in the pack. So today we're going to talk about my wish list. My wish list for the next Elite Bundle. This is my wish list, my opinion, but I've got a couple corkers. I've got some little surprises. I like these cards. So let's get into it. So the criteria I'm going to give is rare and a little bit weird and probably very exotic. So I'm going to start with the Venturi 400 GT. The Ferrari F40 from France. These are so underrated. They look so nice. I think these are awesome. Very underappreciated car. 408 brake horsepower from a twin turbo 3-litre V6. That is some insane power from that such car. A rare and forgotten car. I think this car needs to come back into the limelight. Whether the crew can get one into the game would be interesting because they only made 100, so they're extremely rare, so it would be very interesting to see if they could. However, because they're in France, they might be more likely, they might have more luck because it is in that country, so you know, whether they can would be very interesting, but I would love to see this car come back into a game. It's so nice. It's the French F40, but it looks stunning. I think this thing looks awesome. 0 to 60 in about 4.1 seconds and over 170 mph, so we're probably gonna see it in Street Tier 2 rather than Hypercar or anything else, but I think it's a perfectly worthy car for the cause. I think it'll be awesome in the Elite Bundle, and we could probably do a little bit of modification. I think this thing could have a bigger spoiler, a bit more carbon fiber. I think this thing would be excellent. I think this is what we really need in this game. Plus, we will get some more manufacturers that people have never heard of. People from the 90s may have heard of the Venturi, but people under 20 may never have heard of it at all. So, the crew, boys, my boys, please can we get it in? Okay, what about a Koenigsegg into the Elite Bundle? How about a Koenigsegg? The Koenigsegg CC850. Look at this thing, it's so nice. It was built as a homage to the first production vehicle, the CC8S, which was made 20 years ago. That is crazy to believe, actually. That's crazy. But it was also built on the 50th birthday of the founder, Christian von Koenigsegg, and they limited these to 50 units. But because of the demand, they built an extra 20. Though it looks like a CC8S, it definitely isn't one. It shares the same components as Koenigsegg Jesko, which, wow, I bet get, this thing is shifty. Housing a 5-litre twin-turbo V8, producing 1,185 brake horsepower and 1,385 if you use the proper fuel. 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, again, craziness, but the speed they determine it's going to be around that 280 to 310 mile per hour. Oh wow, that is some big figures. I think this is a car we really need in the game. That or the Jesko Absolute, we really need either of these two. We could have these cars and hit over that 300 mile per hour limit. I really hope one day that we could. This thing is beautiful, this thing looks awesome. I think it looks better than a Jesko myself, so I really hope we can get this in the car. We could get this in the game. I think we really need this car in the Crew. I know we have a lot of hypercars, but this thing is very suited to what we need in the game. Not only is it very suited, but look at it. It's such a good looking car. I think this is probably one of the best looking Koenigseggs. Yeah, I think it looks really nice, and as an Elite Bundle car, it would just make sense. We have had some incredible looking cars in the Elite Bundle, so this would really be a perfect candidate. I think they really need to. I think they really need to bring this car into the game, honestly, that or the Jesko Absolute, but in the Elite Bundle, this would make more sense. It just looks stellar. It looks perfect. The Crew, please. Okay, that's the Koenigsegg, but how about a little bit of Bugatti just to wash down that amazing taste? I know this is a third option, however, this would be a car that I would love to see as an Elite Bundle, even if it is this and the Koenigsegg, because I think those two both compete for the world's fastest car. So how about this? The world's fastest roadster car, the Bugatti W16 Mistral. This handsome brute is now the world's fastest roadster, going 282 mile per hour, which is actually insane. It shares the same 8-litre quad, you heard that right, quad turbocharged W16, producing 1,578 brake horsepower. One of the cool features about this car is the fact in the gear shifter it has a dancing elephant sculpture embedded in amber, designed by the sculptor Rembrandt Bugatti, who is the brother of the founder of Bugatti himself. I know, we have a lot of Bugattis in the game, but this thing is awesome. It looks a little different, it looks gorgeous. I think this is probably one of the best looking Bugattis. I think we can have another Bugatti. I definitely think we can. Yes, it shares a lot with the Chiron, but this is a standalone model. They are producing about 100 of these, so I think it needs to come into the game. So we have no idea what the Elite Bundle is going to be. These are just free cars I just really want in the game. I mean, I really want these in the game. I've mentioned a couple of them in previous videos, so obviously you can tell that I really want them in the game. So yeah, hopefully one day we get to see either one of these. It would be lovely, but because we don't know what's going to be in the Elite Bundle, these are just things I really want. It's my wish list. What cars would you like to see? What cars did you want to see in the Elite Bundle? Are you looking forward to the next Elite Bundle? So far they've hit it out the park. Minus the Corvette. I did find the Corvette a little bit weird, but hey, I'm not judging. Hey, I will say though, I would love more Street Tier 2, more Street Tier 1, Rally. I would love more of these types of cars. I know Rally's not going to come in an Elite Bundle, of course not, but I think we need to simmer down a little bit more on the hypercars. Yeah, of course, I did not help matters by picking 2 hypercars, but hey, I think those 2 cars, we can let them off, right? A Bugatti and a Koenigsegg? I think that's perfectly reasonable. But I would love to see more Street Tier 1, Street Tier 2 cars, because I drive them a lot more than I do the hypercars. But that is another video. Again, please go into the comments. I would love to know what car you would like in this game. What cars do you think are going to be in the Elite Bundle? It would be nice to know. Please go into the comments. I would love to know about it. Like, subscribe, do what you can. I will just be very appreciative that you come and join me today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day. It's pitch black outside, so make sure you carry a torch. Goodbye, my friends. Bye.